language is not just a medium of communication. It is our identity. It is our roots. Next, I would like to bring to the attention of this August House some of the news clippings of languages that have become extinct or are on the verge of extinction. This is one language that has become extinct. It is the Sari language of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. There was only one speaker by the name of Liju, and she died of tuberculosis. Now this language has become extinct. Next slide. We also have in Sikkim a language that has gone extinct. I am not reading out all the details, but there is another place, another language called Ayapaneco in Mexico, which is on the verge of extinction. Now, what does UNESCO have to say about the loss of language? UNESCO says that when in a family, the children speak the language inside the home, but not outside the domain of public spaces, that language is vulnerable. Now, if a language is no longer spoken by the children in a family, but only by the grandparents and the parents, then it is definitely endangered. And in a family where even the parents, they do not speak the language, but only the elderly, it is severely endangered. And when only very old people in the villages speak the language, it is critically endangered. And final, the extinction, which comes with the death of the last speaker of the language. Next slide. If we talk about our language, I belong to the Ao community. And when we talk about our language, the UNESCO has labeled it as vulnerable. But if I ask my Naga friends or my Ao friends living in places like Kohima and Dimapur, they will certainly say that it is not vulnerable, but it is severely endangered, because even the children and the parents do not speak the Ao language in their homes. So now we are on a mission of cultural survival. How do we survive unless we preserve our language? Because language embodies all the cultural nuances. Even if we have the tangible material culture with us, who will speak for it? Who will tell the stories about those artifacts and about those material culture? Language becomes very important. And so we took an initiative. The Fazal Ali College of English and Ao department, we collaborated together and we studied the literature. Next. Keep clicking, please. We tried to list out the books that were written in Ao, and we found out that there are only 17 books on poetry, 44 books on folktales, 4 books on drama, 12 books on fiction, 31 books on biographies, 5 books on women narratives, 32 books on linguistics, 8 books on translations, 25 books on non-fiction, and 86 books on Christian literature. These were the books that we could salvage from all the libraries across Nagaland, and there may be 1 or 2 missing, but this is about how we were able to collect the list of books. Which is why the Ao Academy takes certain initiatives for the codification and standardization of the Ao language, and we also work for introduction of Ao language in educational institutions, which is why we have undergraduate level till now in 1 college all over the world, and that is Fazal Ali College. And the Ao Academy also works at certificate courses in Ao language proficiency. We also work towards capacity building programs for Ao language teachers and developing school textbooks in the Ao language and coinage of terminologies. These are the initiatives that the Ao Academy takes up. But a few of us women, we collaborated and we decided to set up the Language Translation Center. And we are the founding members. We belong to the English department and the Art department of Fazl Ali College. Next slide. So this is the brochure of the Language Translation Center. Next. Our motto is retrieving identities, and we work towards translation of English books into Ao or Ao into English. Next. Yes, so we have also set up a library of our books, and there are some rare books also. These are books which are no longer in print, but which were written during the 1870s and the 80s when E.W. Clark came to the Naga Hills and started translating English hymns and the English Bible into our language. Next. The Language Translation Center has collaborated with various agencies and various organizations, and we have translated the Ao Naga customary laws from Ao to English. Next, we have also translated a document called the Questionnaire on Ao Naga customary laws. Next, we have also translated a document which is to be used in the school textbooks, and it is called the Origin and Nomenclature of the Aos. Next, we collaborated with NEZCC to work on a book called The Household Graphs of the Aos, and we translated it for them. We have also worked with the Ompangong Kakachir Mongtang. It is a students' organization wherein the poetry was read out in Ao, but the subtitles we translated them and put them into English. We have also collaborated, next slide, we have also collaborated with the Epics Ao body in Mokokchung, that is the Watsa Mongtang, to translate a book called Lenbeer. It was translated Trailblazers, and we have translated that book and given it back to them. We also work with the planning department of the government of Nagaland on translation of the government documents. And next, we are currently collaborating, the English and the Ao department, we are currently collaborating. We have obtained the copyright, and we are translating, we have translated the wedding album by Girish Khanat, and we have also translated the Bishop's Candlesticks. And next slide, we have translated some of Tumsla Ao's stories from these hills called home into Ao and adapted them into drama. And we have also made some adaptations of T. Sunga Ao, who is a Padma Shri awardee, and his stories into plays. Next, we have also conducted an international conference on the Ao Naga oral tradition, culture, and language, in which we have had speakers who actually did excavation work at the origin site, that is Longtarok in Jongleyamdi, and we had a very brainstorming session during the international conference. And finally, we were able to collaborate with banglanadak.com for the workshop with the students, and also the on-site visit to Umma village. So these are some of the things that the language translation has been doing so far, and we will be releasing some books very soon. And at this moment, I would just like to encourage all of us that we should not let our language die, because with the death of a language, the community also dies, along with the stories and everything that is part of it. And therefore, we are open to collaborations in all kinds of ways in order to preserve our language. Thank you so much for your patient hearing.